Okay, so at this point we know how to assign an email to a disposition, and that may be all that you really want to do. However, there are other ways to send an email from PhoneBurner. And on this training, we're going to talk about one of those, which is the ability to send a specific email to a contact directly from the PhoneBurner Contact Manager. So let's scroll up to the top of the screen here, and we're going to click on the Contacts tab. That'll take us to the Contact Manager where we can see a list of all of our contacts. Now let's say we're looking at our contacts here and you wanted to send an email to Katrina Sample. That happens to be the contact on the screen here, so I click on her name. That opens up her record where I can review any notes, update any details within this record that I need to. But if I want to send an email to Katrina, it is as simple as clicking on the Send Email button. At this point, I can either choose a pre-written email. So all of the emails from my OneTouch library are here for me to select, and I can select them and preview what they all look like before I decide on one. Now, once I've decided on an email template, and you don't have to use a template, you can start from scratch as well, but I wanted to use a template to show you how that's going to work. Once we've selected the template, we can edit the subject line if we want. We can also add an attachment. Now, this would be a standard attachment without all the tracking and everything that we get with Smart Sender. You could totally just upload a file, whether that's a PDF, a document, whatever you want. You can attach it, and it will be sent to the contact with this email. And just like when we created the email itself, we can format the email. We can add personalization codes, we can add signatures, we can add resources or smart packs, insert links. All of those options are available to us to continue updating this email before we send it. But once we're ready to send it, we just hit the Send Email button. The system will fire off that email, and we will see that email listed in our activity tracker. Now, that's not the only type of email that we can send from the Contact Manager. If you remember back to when we were creating emails, there was another type of email that we created, which was the appointment email. So let's say we wanted to schedule an appointment with Katrina. We could click on the Add Event button right here. That'll bring up our calendar, our PhoneBurner calendar, where we can choose a date and time and add an event. Once we've added the event, you'll see an option down here that says Send Appointment Email. This option will only be available if you have appointment emails. If you do not have access to or have not created appointment emails, the Send Appointment Email option will not be visible. You can choose the appointment email you want to send, and then once you save this, the system will trigger that email to be sent to the contact. So let's go ahead and close the calendar. And those are the ways that you can send an email from within the Contact Manager to a specific contact. I would recommend you take a moment now to go in, make sure you've added yourself as a test contact, and send yourself some emails. Just get familiar with that process. Once you've sent a OneTouch email, as well as an appointment email, if you created one, then come back to the training and let's move on to the next step.